An old memory popped up on my phone, reminding me of this project I did 5 years ago when we built our deck. So I had to share this project with you because it led me to a question of what do you do with 2 old porch posts that your neighbor gives you because he thinks you, as the DIYer, might find a use for them? Well, the first thing you do is you leave them standing in the corner of your garage for a year and a half because you don't know what you're going to do with them. And then you get the inspiration to do this. When we created this space on the deck, I had designed it that we had an island in the middle where our seating area was. And I wanted a sofa table behind the couch so that I could put out hors d'oeuvres or drinks and also have electricity so I could charge phones or laptops as you're sitting. So I found this beautiful table online. It was $700. There was no way that I was going to spend $700 for a table that's going to sit outside 365 days a year. So using those old porch posts and a little bit of pressure treated lumber from the home center, I created this beautiful table for less than 50 bucks. So here's what I needed. The 2 porch posts, which were rotted at the bottom, but that didn't matter because I was going to cut them down to a much shorter height. The next thing I needed was the pressure treated lumber. And why did I use pressure treated even though it's under a porch? That's because of just the general moisture that it would be exposed to all year long between snow and summer heat. To build this, I used pressure treated 2x4s to frame the base. I used 2x10s to create the top. I had 2 of them aligned across the top of the surface. And then I also had 1x6s that I used on the bottom. And when I was all done assembling it, I threw on some very cute little Simpson brand ties. These little metal clips screwed on and added a little bit of architectural interest for just a couple bucks. But the really important piece here was the paint. I am a huge fan of Sherwin-Williams Emerald line of paint. I am not paid by Sherwin-Williams, but I really should be because I promote them all the time. This table was painted 5 years ago with that Sherwin-Williams paint. It has been outside 24/7 for 5 years, and it is held up just beautifully. Here are a few tips if you want to tackle an outdoor furniture building project at your place. When you use pressure treated wood, make sure that you are wearing gloves when you are doing so. There are chemicals in the pressure treated wood that create the durability and longevity. So it is smart to wash your hands after you have done any projects, but keep gloves on while you can. Next up is, again, the paint. Not just using a good quality paint, but make sure it's the right type. You want outdoor exterior grade paint if something's going to be left outside. And lastly, you want to use galvanized hardware. I used galvanized screws, nails, and those Simpson ties so that it minimizes any rust that might come from being exposed to the elements. Now, if you are inspired to build a table like this at your place, you might be wondering, where am I going to find old porch posts? Because you don't want to go out and spend money on brand new ones. You'd be shocked how many places you can find old porch posts. Check Craigslist, check your Habitat for Humanity restore, and don't forget about Marketplace. People will sell things or even give them away for free, and if you are creative like I was, you can save money and create a beautiful custom piece for next to nothing. So be creative, have fun, and be sure you subscribe.